What is up, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In tonight's video, I am talking about Netflix's newest original series, Ratched, created by Ryan Murphy, who we all know from American Horror Story. So if you guys are unfamiliar with Ratched or who this is, well, Nurse Ratched was originated in the 1975 film, I believe, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, played brilliantly by Louise Fletcher. She's the nurse we all love to hate. She actually won the Oscar that year for that movie. So if you haven't seen it, please watch it. It is on Netflix. I watched it right after I binge watched the series. And I'm glad that I did because it gave me the scope, the entire range of Nurse Ratched. So the series, let's get back to the series. The series is all about documenting the downward spiral of Mildred Ratched's character. How does she go from, okay, I'm a good person, to being evil and vile in Cuckoo's Nest? This is what the series does. It shows us the backstory. So as always, there's some good points. There's some bad points. I will go over both. So let's start with the good. I have to talk about Sarah Paulson. She is the good. She is Nurse Ratched. Is there anything that this woman can't play or do? I mean, come on. She was brilliant as Marcia Clark in American Crime Story. And it does not stop with this one as Nurse Ratched. So she was very good, very, very convincing as being manipulative and conniving on the sly and under the radar. And I do have to say, my favorite scene of hers is when she's comforting a female patient who's being treated for being a lesbian, because back in those days, being gay and lesbian was considered a mental defect, and they would do lobotomies on them or put them in boiling hot water. And this female patient is saying to Nurse Ratched, you don't understand what it's like, it's this, it's that. And if you guys didn't know, Sarah Paulson in real life is a lesbian. So I enjoyed how she used her personal real life experiences, I'm assuming, delivering that dialogue during that scene, because you could see the emotion in her eyes and in her the way she said those words. It was wonderful. Absolutely. It really hit me. Like, I was watching it and I was thinking, that is damn good acting right there. She did an amazing job. Another one I loved, Judy Davis playing Nurse Bucket. Now, she's the enemy of Nurse Ratched for the first half of the series anyway. And those two are so combative, especially when it comes to fighting over a peach. Those scenes are absolutely hilarious, and that's only the beginning of them fighting. That's only the beginning. I'm not going to spoil everything for you, but their fights can get kind of nasty and a little bit evil. It's just fun to watch. It really, really is. The chemistry between them is satisfying. The rest of the cast, you have the stacked cast. Besides Sarah Paulson and Judy Davis, you have Finn Wittrock, of course, who's in everything that Ryan Murphy puts out. You have Vincent D'Onofrio. Sharon Stone shows up. It was wonderful to see her. And then you have Cynthia Nixon, who I have to admit, I did not care for her character at all. I did not like her. Her character is one of those people that is just pushy and wants to know everything. And she's in everyone's business, especially Mildred Ratched's business. And she was kind of manipulating her. And I didn't like her character at all. She was a big negative for me in the negative department. But another positive that I do want to talk about before I go into negatives is the stylization of this series. Because in Cuckoo's Nest, the film is very dark and dank and not bright in color whatsoever. I think the only stream of color that we do see in Cuckoo's Nest is right in the very beginning of the film, where Nurse Ratched is entering into her workplace, and you can, as she's coming in the door, there's a little bit of green light. It's so light and faded, but you do see it. And I know that was the inspiration, I believe, for the series, with the whole green when they're walking down the hallway and the green montage. But other than that, in the movie, there's no color. Whereas the series is saturated in color. Reds, blues, turquoise, greens, yellows. It's so bright and vibrant. And I feel like they're doing that because the situations that we're in are so horrible and grotesque and violent. Everything is kind of, well, it's depressing. Let's be honest. It's depressing. So we need a little bit of color in our lives to make us happy. But I really enjoy the stylization. It was very continuous throughout the entire run of the series. So that was another big positive for me. So now let's go to the not so good, the little bit of the negative. Now, I'm not saying Ratched is horrible. It's not horrible. It's not horrible. Am I recommending you to watch it? Yes, I do think you should watch it. But I do have a little bit of complaints. Now, as much as I said Sarah Paulson was great, and she is great, I can't help but feel that with this series, I think Ryan Murphy should have gone with an unknown actress as the lead character. Either unknown or just very slightly known under the radar. Because let's be honest, being an unknown actress in a role like this would break you out in Hollywood. Absolutely. I feel like Sarah Paulson is too much of a well-known name, and she's probably very passionate about this project. She is executive producing it, so I know she's very attached to it, but I felt maybe she was the wrong casting choice. I don't know. I felt like I would have enjoyed someone that we didn't really know, someone just brand new, because let's be honest, Sarah Paulson has been in so many Ryan Murphy projects. Horror Story, Crime Story. She was in Feud. She was in a small bit in Feud. She's been in so many things. We've seen her again and again and again in a Ryan Murphy project. Should have gone with an unknown. They should have gone with an unknown. And then another thing that kind of irks me that I wish they would have changed was I wish the series, they would have documented from the very beginning, not the very beginning, but where Mildred was still happy with her life. And the tragic things haven't occurred yet. I want to see that progression from being happy and normal to just going down and just becoming evil and nasty and vile. That's what Joker did. That's what was so brilliant about Joaquin Phoenix's performance. And I know I keep going back to Joker, but that's really a great comparison because you can see the good. He was good at the beginning. He was, normal, so to speak, not totally normal, but kind of normal. But then right in front of our eyes, we saw him downward spiral into the Joker. I want that for this series, but unfortunately they didn't decide to do that. They started with, okay, she's already damaged. The events have already happened. Here's what happened. Here's the gigantic explanation. There you go. And we're just supposed to buy everything. And I just feel like with an unknown actress or a different actress with different circumstances, I feel like it would have made more of an impact as a series, especially if you're going to continue the series, because it's already been greenlit for season 2. So we're going to go even more in depth into her psyche, probably going into what she is famous for in Cuckoo's Nest. If you guys followed all of that, I hope you did, and I hope you understand it. And another negative for me, that monkey on Sharon Stone's shoulder. No, I didn't like the monkey. It cheapened her character. Her character is supposed to be rich and powerful, and it didn't make sense to me. I didn't get rid of the monkey. Okay, no monkey, but we don't have to worry about that for future seasons. So those are my thoughts on Ratched. Like I said, should you go and see it? No, well, not go and see it. It's on Netflix. Should you see it? Yes, I feel like you should see it. But if you had a choice, if there was a gun to your head and they said choose Cuckoo's Nest or Ratched, I'm going with Cuckoo's Nest. So let me know what you thought of Ratched. Comment down below. Did you love it or did you hate it? Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.